The Beatles were no strangers to controversy, and one of their most infamous moments came in 1966 when John Lennon declared that the band had become more popular than Jesus. The remark triggered a significant backlash from Christian communities in the United States and played a role in the band's decision to stop touring later that year. The group's tendency to challenge social norms led to several of their tracks being banned from airplay. The BBC, for instance, prohibited A Day in the Life due to suspected drug references, and the Ballad of John and Yoko faced bans on various American stations because of its religious allusions. Even after the band dissolved in 1970, the controversies continued into their solo careers. One notable case involved Paul McCartney and Wings' song Hi, 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 which the BBC refused to broadcast over concerns about its explicit references to drugs and sexuality. Among John Lennon's more provocative contributions to the Beatles catalog is Happiness is a Warm Gun, released in 1968 under the Lennon-McCartney credit. The song's title was reportedly inspired by an article in the May 1968 issue of American Rifleman magazine, in which writer Warren W. Herlihy recounted teaching his son how to shoot. Lennon found the phrase on the magazine's cover and felt it was such a bizarre and intense expression that it instantly sparked the idea for the song. He interpreted the notion of a warm gun as implying that someone had just fired a weapon. The track appeared on the Beatles' self-titled double album, commonly referred to as the White Album, released in November 1968. This period marked a turbulent chapter for the band as creative tensions grew. Despite internal conflict, the members collaborated to produce this layered composition. Lennon explained that the song was essentially a collage of 3 different song fragments he had written, each exploring different lyrical themes. Upon its debut, portions of the track were perceived as allusions to drug use and sexuality. The phrase warm gun was interpreted by some as a metaphor for Lennon's desire for Yoko Ono, while the line "I need a fix" was widely assumed to reference heroin. However, Lennon denied that the lyrics were about drugs. He clarified that, although the song had been banned from radio for its supposed links to drug use, it was actually a critique of how absurd it was to see firearms being openly promoted. He emphasized that the song had no connection to heroin or drug use, despite public interpretation. Another lyric, "Mother Superior jumped the gun," reflected Lennon's longing for Yoko, and he admitted that he wasn't especially bothered by the fact that the track's sexual innuendos caught the attention of radio censors. He explained that during the early stages of his relationship with Yoko, he was deeply focused on sexual expression, and that their time outside the studio was largely spent together in intimate settings. The magazine headline had initially inspired him, but the deeper meanings evolved from his personal life at the time. Despite the White Album receiving mixed reviews and the song being removed from many playlists, critics praised Happiness is a Warm Gun. Remarkably, all 4 Beatles reportedly considered it their favorite track on the record. American singer-songwriter Tori Amos later commented on the band's brilliance, noting how they had a rare talent for addressing both personal and global issues in their music. According to her, they could present complex themes like drugs and violence without dictating how the listener should feel, something she considered to be true artistic genius.